Hi, I'm Bashe and I'm from Far East Exchange. Far East Exchange has been operating since 1995. We deal mostly with banks, tourists, and a lot of foreign currency notes. Well, the biggest challenges managing our cash operation is handling large volumes of cash, bank notes, as well as high frequency small transactions. So before Glory, we were using a competitor brand's machine. And those machines only had a fixed set of currencies. If we needed more, we need to get like 2 or 3 of those machines. It will occupy a lot of space, and then for different currencies, we need to keep track of which currency goes to which machine. So that was a lot of inefficiency as well as confusion. So with Glory now, Glory can cater to more currencies, more banknote currencies, and because of that, we cut down our inventory to just 1 or 2 machines instead of 3 or 4. The GFS 220 machine has tremendously increased our efficiency. Previously or prior to the GFS 220, per transaction we will take anywhere between like 5 minutes to 7 minutes because we need to look for which machine holds that particular currency. But with GFS 220, it got cut down to just 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So that's like more than 50% of time efficiency increase. So with the GFS 220, it saves a lot of customers uncertainty in the sense that because we have the display on our end as well as the customer's facing end, when we receive the funds from the customer, the currencies from the customer, we run it through the machine. So whatever we see on our side of the display is also what the customer sees on their front end. So this way the customer can be assured that whatever the amount that I gave is the correct amount. So the experience with GFS 220 as well as Glory itself, the breakdown is very less or very minimal because Glory is built for heavy duty usage, which is why we also purchased that machine. We have about 4 or 5 and more to buy. And in the event of breakdown, what we have is the screen itself will display what is the next step to do. So for example, open the cover, take out the note and then dust off the dust, close it back, and then it's working again. So the GFS 220 is definitely a much smarter machine than the previous generations. Reason being that because we are able to do self-service. If there's any issue in case of breakdown, we can do a self-service before we actually engage the technician. So the Ubiqular software has tremendously reduced our downtime. We no longer need to wait for the technician to come down on the day itself, spend like maybe 1-2 hours waiting to update the machine. So what happened now is through that Ubiqular Bridge software, the technician is able to update the machine in a span of like 10 minutes. How the Output Manager software works is that when we run through the banknotes through the machine, each note that is run through the machine, it captures that serial number along with the note. So this sort of gives us the assurance that this particular currency number is sent to whichever customer for us to keep a record. So when we have this data, if there's any discrepancies between the banks or the customers, we will then be able to pull out this data and then show to the banks or customers, these are the serial numbers which we sent to you. That's the main benefit of this software. There is no sort of dispute when it comes to what we have delivered and the record that we have delivered it. What makes Far East Exchange different from its competitors is that we try to keep up to date with the latest in technology, be it the counting machines, the software that we use in assisting us to serve the customers, because ultimately we want customer satisfaction and keep the efficiency level up.